All right, BK, Jon-Bernard Kairouz.
Thank you for having me, mate.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Give a little intro before we do. I'll roll the intro,
Yeah.
which you can't hear because the headphones aren't on.
Copyright? Is that again?
It's alright. It's actually Conor McGregor's song,
How good.
so I don't think it's an actual track. But for anyone that doesn't know, my next guest is a special man. He's known for many things, known as a comedian, a journalist, a mathematician,
Yep.
and even I found a falafel salesman turned fluff piece reporter who has struggled to get his life back on track since being dropped by Excel management at 9.
Who said that?
You haven't heard that one?
Fuck me. Is that John Fidel?
That's Nevis,
Oh,
the
jeez.
company,
Well,
which we'll get into.
you get a comment from them.
It's on the Instagram.
Yeah. That's a low blow.
But before we get into things, shout out to Matty George's Encore Collective
Yeah.
for having us. We're in the studio right now. Shout out to Owls from Ministry Barbers. Go check him out. Hooked me up today.
You reckon you sort me out? I'm getting a bit long on the top.
Yeah.
I'm not like your
What do you wanna
conventional
do?
Lebo bloke that gets once a week. I'm a once every month. If it gets long, I'll go cut it.
It's going to be expensive these days. I'm not going to
Yeah,
lie.
it's a bit silly.
30.
I got a mate. I'll name him John Moad. There's a couple John Moads. Once a week,
Yeah.
pays $50.
$50 a week.
$50 a week. I was like, mate, what are you doing? Put in the savings account.
I don't know the math on that. I'm not like you, but it sounds like a lot of money.
No, it
You're
is.
doing a lot.
It's silly
I
money.
did buying Bitcoin. Off
Silly-
that.
I don't think it's not worth. But cut it down to once every 2 weeks, and you're paying $25.
100%.
Hair and beard. Learn how to shave your beard yourself. I mean, line it up.
He does the beard there too.
That's
Just
why.
do it
That's
at
why
home.
it's 50. Well, some people are paying more. I guess.
They'll ask me, do you want to do the beard? And I know they're going to add $5 or $10. So I said, no, I'm sweet. I'll do it at home. I don't need.
I agree
Um,
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, so shout out to those people and we'll get straight into it. Who are you? Where'd you grow up, man? Where'd you come from?
I've grown up in Belmore my whole life.
In Belmont.
Bounced around a bit, like in Bank.
So you go for the
Bankstown.
doggies?
Big Doggies fan.
Really?
All my brothers, big Doggies fans. Yeah, my old man was, and his family. So love the dogs. We love our rugby league.
Mhm.
But yeah, grew up in. I went to school in Strathfield, and yeah, that's kind of where I've grown up. What about yourself? Whereabouts are you from?
I grew up in Cabramatta, full Lebanese. I was in Cabramatta all my life.
Play
But
footy?
Yeah.
Cabra ball?
when I was younger, and then I moved to the Bankstown comp, so my brother did. So I grew up playing for Sporties, Bankstown
Oh,
Sports,
okay, yeah,
Basel
yeah.
Broncos, East Hill. I've kind of moved, a bit of a club slut.
You're older than me.
Younger.
Younger?
I'm 21.
Okay.
How old are you?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say. We've
24.
had our fair share
Who'd
of
you play for?
Bulls, mainly Bulls.
So you played with Christian Tarabay?
Tarabay, yeah, played
Yeah?
with Christian.
He's a
yeah.
good mate of mine. Shout out to Christian too.
Yeah.
He's about to open up his own physio.
Yeah, I've seen him on
Um,
Instagram.
yeah?
He goes hard.
Yeah. But yeah, I work with him at the pools. I used to work there. So yeah, you're always a class clown.
Not really. I mean, probably like high school. I was just starting to take the piss in class a bit. There was a few of the boys that would do it, but not to a point where I was just that was my thing. But I was just having fun.
Just having fun at school,
Um,
as you do.
Yeah, I didn't really. I don't really think I was. Yeah, I'm a funny guy. I'm probably the funniest out of my brothers.
How many brothers do you have?
Well, I've got 4 brothers, no sisters.
No.
Thank you, God. No, I'm only joking. If I'm blessed with a daughter, that'll be.
I've
I'll
got a
take
daughter.
it. I'll take it.
I've
Yeah.
got a daughter.
As long as she doesn't end up like Abby Chatfield,
Ah,
I'll be happy with that.
she's quite annoying. We can get into
No,
You're not the only one.
but it's yeah. No, I wasn't always like I don't. I'd always say I'm not an attention seeker, but I just like making people laugh, having a good time.
Yeah.
So
Lighten up the mood.
yeah, exactly
I
right.
think we could all use that, especially
Last 2 years.
exactly. So, thank you. You're doing us a favor. You're doing
No.
God's work, really.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
So what'd you do coming out of school, or what'd you want to do?
No, I went to uni. I did accounting and marketing at
Yep.
UTS. I still work in marketing. I work at 9 to 5 still. which is fun. Like, I kind of keeps me busy, and I enjoy doing it. I work in digital marketing, so and it kind of goes hand in hand with the content stuff that I do, or if I want to, promote advertising, or my old man runs a gym, so been helping out there with some digital advertising and stuff. I've done some various brand stuff. I work with Matt, with Encore, who's our mutual friend. Done some social media advertising there, so that's the kind of space I work in.
So you're around that industry.
Yeah, if I had my time again, I probably wouldn't go to university.
Neither would I. I did marketing as well.
Yeah, I reckon it's the biggest waste of money, waste of time.
I feel like I learned more.
You learn more, you learn more doing
stuff
stuff like this than you do, or like at work on the job.
For that field, anyways.
100. You definitely that field.
Yeah.
Even accounting, I would say.
Yeah.
You probably learn more on the job, bookkeeping, or. Yeah. But unless you're a doctor, lawyer, physio,
100%.
where you need to know all the content and get tested on that. Otherwise, don't waste your time.
Yeah, like self-learning, I feel like it's the easiest. You can do it whenever you want.
My brother's been doing uni from home. It hasn't been going in, nothing.
And then you get locked in, and you got to pay. Like, it's very expensive.
They're just teaching themselves, and he's doing law. So,
but so when I first became aware of you, when I first saw you, was on Maddie Watershed's Humping with Nevis, which you get into.
Yeah, the forecast.
So you're doing skits with them. Is that something you've always wanted to do, like acting or?
Yeah, I was. I think so. I did my last year of uni overseas. I went to Oregon, and when I came back, I did a.
How was that?
Mate, it was a ball.
Fun?
Oh, mate, it's exactly like the movies. I joined the frat. I ended up getting kicked out because I wasn't doing the cleaning side of things as a person that's freshly initiated. Yeah. But shout out to Theta Chi. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it, and then when I got back, I wanted to get into more media side of things, and because I'm in marketing, so I wanted to get into media. So I started doing some paid extra work, and I was doing some commercials. I did a handful of ads.
The cause.
Yeah, I did cause ad and did RSPCA, VB. So I did a handful of ads, and I was just slowly kind of getting into the commercial side of acting. And then a friend of mine from school, Jack Carney, who runs Nevis, and he's done various theatre shows as well. So
Nevis is it like a production company?
It's a production company, yeah. So he reached out. He wanted to do a sketch show. Yeah. He didn't really have a fleshed out idea of what he wanted to do, but he did want to do something in comedy. Yeah. And he said I'd be doing some of the acting, and I hadn't put any skits up or anything like that, but we kind of did some similar stuff at school. So he said, it'd be perfect. Let's do it. So we reached out to a couple other boys from school, put a little band together, and we're just making sketches. It originally started off as doing a live show. So we were having a live
at a theatre
show. Yeah. It was a place it's called Cafe Sydney or Cafe Lounge Sydney. That closed down. Then we were at the Chippendale Hotel. Oh, the Lord Gladstone, sorry, in Chippendale. But we were doing a live show once every fortnight, once every month. It was good. And then COVID kind of squashed that, the live aspect of it. Yeah. And it was new to me, kind of performing in front of an audience and stuff like that regularly. So that was good for me. And so we kind of transitioned into doing online skits and stuff. And that was just really fun. So we put a full season together of 6 episodes of 20+ minute episodes of content, and each episode got better and better in terms of production quality, and we're kind of learning on the job. But it was a really fun experience, and even just the writing process of making up skits and brainstorming. So I learned so much, and I'm still very close with Jack, and we still bounce off.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Jack's the one that does the referee impersonation.
No, that's Jake. That's Jake. The ref. He's a TikTok ref. So he's branched off the forecast as well. He became the TikTok ref.
He's another ex-star of the forecast.
Yeah. There'll be, I reckon, down the line, everyone in the forecast will have some form of notoriety.
You guys are funny. If you haven't looked at it,
Jack is a good writer, and and he barely even acted on the show, and he's a good actor. But he's just his work ethic's crazy. He's so ambitious. he'll eventually be a head writer of comedy or something at ABC, like hands down. And his brother's a great actor. He's doing heaps of short films and stuff like that. But then Jake's the TikTok ref, so he branched off and done. You know, he's performed in heaps of sketches, but that was probably his most successful one. And
Pretty funny.
And now, he's milked that hard on TikTok, and it's, you know, people love it. So he'll be. I'm sure when the NRL season rolls around again next year, we'll see more of him.
So what was the goal with being in Nevis? Was it to maybe one day pursue a proper career in acting?
Yeah, for me, I was adding to the portfolio because I was doing the commercials, and I wanted to get more into comedy and media presenting and entertainment. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I don't know, I got a real positive reception from mates and family and just people watching, or, you know, people commenting on it that had seen it, randoms, like how you would come across it. So some of the sketches did pretty well. We did some NRL sketches. We did like a Katoni Staggs sketch that went really well, or a 60 Minutes type sketch. So like the writing was getting better, and, you know, that kind of pushed me to get into more comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy that far more than anything. So that kind of pushed me into kind of pumping up my own socials and like going all out, like while I'm working, and giving it a crack.
So, like you said, pushing your socials. So we'll go straight into it. It's TikTok where you got noticed. Was it on Instagram first?
I'd say TikTok. Yeah.
Because you've been doing this for a while. You've been posting sketches.
Yeah, since April this year. Like I branched onto
TikTok.
Yeah.
But even on Instagram, you're grinding.
Instagram, I was kind of sharing a lot of the forecast stuff that we did. Yeah. Even then, I was probably at maybe 1,000 or so followers.
Yeah.
And then it was once I started TikTok in April that I told my mates, and I told them, because not many people were using TikTok.
No.
At least earlier this year in Australia, not many our age. It was a real young kids thing. And I had a mate, Joey Fidel's on there. He was on there early.
He's funny.
Early as. And he blew up on there. And I'll tell guys, boys, I'm selling out. I'm getting a TikTok. I'm going to do it. Yeah. So I just started getting a feel of the platform, and I was just making. If you go look at the early videos, some of them are pretty cringe. Like I can't really watch them now. And I was reposting a lot of the forecast stuff that I did. Yeah. So and then I just started posting regularly on there. Started coming up with content ideas. I did like an extension of the forecast was me doing like those in-person interviews, those vox pop type interviews, and then I had company
extended your character.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I had a company reach out. They're like a competitor of Manscaped. They're called Nutbag Grooming. And they're like, oh, we like your interviews. You want
a proper real company?
Yeah, and they're like, you know, you can do some in-person street interviews. I said, yeah, can I use the content for my TikTok? So that kind of pushed me doing a lot more interview stuff. And then, I've just kind of narrowed down of what kind of content I can make on there, and just to kind of keep growing that following. Yeah. And I kind of built it up like with COVID, talking about what's topical, because all you could really do sketches with for a period of time. Yeah. That last 3-month lockdown we have was COVID. Every comedian that was on socials was probably just pumping COVID content as well. And it was annoying, but it was what else could you really talk about? So I did a sketch, not a sketch, just like a short form video of Kerry Chant doing the no browsing, saying, you do not browse.
As in the shops.
Yeah. So when you go to the shopping centre, don't look at, because you could spread it.
That was your first COVID sketch.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And so I'm going to a Coles, I'm going to fucking just start grabbing shit off the shelves like an idiot.
It's stupid.
So I got my mate to film me.
Yeah.
And we went to a Coles in Clempton Park, and we're just running around filming different takes of me just running around the groceries trying to grab shit off the shelves. And we cut it up and it looked pretty good. There were people in the shopping centre just looking at me going, what's this bloke doing? What's he on? And I posted that, and that was probably my first video that took off on Instagram.
Yeah.
So that, like Andrew Bogut was sharing it
that's what I
around.
was
Craig
saying.
Kelly, the politician, shared it because it's ridiculous. Like a no browsing rules sounds dumb.
Like it's easy to make fun of.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. So that got like 1 million views on Instagram, and that kind of bumped the Instagram following up a bit. So that Instagram and TikTok were going a bit hand in hand.
Wow.
And then, and then I kind of got into down the line, into doing the COVID numbers, and then that just kind of pushed the following up even more.
So for everyone that doesn't know, you're the COVID number guy. How did you actually get the numbers?
Like, I get that question a lot, like when I'm out and about. What's the case numbers for tomorrow? How'd you get the cases? And, the answer I say and the answer I'll take to the grave is pure mathematics.
It's true.
The Kairouz probability theorem is up there with some of the greats, Nikola Tesla, E equals MC squared, Einstein. So, I don't know, it lives on. And, Omicron's around the corner. The cokeheads in England are really scared of Omicron, so we might have to bring it back.
People lie. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't.
Numbers don't.
No.
I might trademark that.
I think you should. So how did you think of that? Well, just to give a brief description, you were predicting the amount of cases we're going to have a day before.
Yeah.
Or a couple of days before. What made you think of that?
Well, I was sitting with my brothers talking about the number, and like Nicholas, actually, my brother goes, just put it up on your TikTok and see what happens.
Yeah.
So I did it. I was kind of hesitant to do it.
I was going to say, was there any hesitation?
I was hesitant to do it because I was like, you look like an idiot if you get it wrong. But I mean, the Kairouz probability theorem held strong for a good while there, and we got it right the first day, and like, let's keep backing it up. And then every day it got bigger and bigger, and we tried to G it up even more. We went live one day an hour before the press conference went. It was just fun, man. We had a good laugh doing it, and it kind of blew up. My phone was blowing up that whole week and a half, 2 weeks of doing it, and like I said, that kind of pushed me. Like I'll go out, to a Macca's, or I went out to Ivy last week, and I'll get people, oh, what's the case numbers for tomorrow? What's the case numbers for, take a couple selfies. So it's still funny to see that people still resonate with it. It was good fun.
So that, that took off, right?
Yeah.
How did it feel like? Because like I said, you've been grinding, you've been doing forecasts, you've been doing your own TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
So how did it feel that something, finally getting traction and you get the flowers you deserve?
No, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't know the stuff I did previously, which is fair enough. Okay.
Which, to be honest, I actually think is funnier. Yeah.
So, it was eventually going to dissipate, and, it was just fun to kind of go viral for a week. It was, it was all over the news, and, I still get, people coming up to me and asking me about it. But I've kind of just gone back to what I was doing beforehand, just continuing the comedy kind of content, interviews, reviews or tours that I've been doing, stuff like that. I like interviewing other influencers or TikTokers, just to take the piss out of them and showing that they can take the piss out of themselves.
Yeah. Well, he did the one of Hectic Cheese, and he actually laughed at it.
Yeah, he's a good bloke.
Yeah.
I saw they commented on it, gave me a nice follow. He's a good bloke. But yeah, just taking
funny.
a joke. Yeah, everyone knows the Sydney Roosters stereotype of paying players unders.
And everyone took that story and they went so serious over something so simple.
Yeah,
so
I mean, he's just being authentic to himself anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know why people were complaining.
But getting a laugh out of it would have been like a breath of fresh air for
Yeah.
him and fans.
No, exactly right. No, I do those type of fake green screen type interviews as well. So they're a bit of work and they're good fun. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. I eventually want to, have a crack overseas and do a lot of the Vox Pop type stuff, interview stuff there, sketches over there, particularly in the US, because I think there's a better audience for it over there. I think Australia's probably a little bit too sensitive.
Yeah, and then you can kind of have you seen that what's his name? The guy from Hangover.
Galifianakis, does Between Two Ferns. Yeah, I kind of, when I do the in-person stuff, I try and
something like that.
Model that a little bit, kind of like the Aussie version of that, where it's.
And then there's like a Barstool big cat, that Barstool guy
Yeah.
with the long hair. He does
Yeah,
it.
I watch him. Sunday Conversations.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Yeah, I follow him too.
But
Yeah,
there's
there's
nothing like
stuff
that
like
here.
that. No, not in Australia. I mean, there's Hard Chat. I don't know. He's on the ABC. He's pretty good, older guy, but nothing on the socials. But I like. There's. I think TikTok and Instagram's brought out a lot of Aussie content creators.
Especially during COVID.
Yeah, that. Because you got your comedians, your Neil Colhactors, and that have been on socials for ages.
Yeah.
And they kill it.
Mm.
Frenchie, those stand-ups that do well, and have been around for so long. But I think now that with TikTok and Instagram now pushing people to put out more stuff, all these people are coming out of the woodworks. So there's just more opportunity, and I think now it's just brands realizing that there's opportunity. People don't like consuming stuff through fake commercial stuff. They want to go through authentic people. So I think that's where everything's kind of going.
A straight comedian to fan, that transaction.
Yeah, comedians are fan, but even like chefs or anyone like that's doing something on TikTok or something of interest could be like educational stuff, fitness.
Yeah,
A lot of fitness. You'll see a lot of fitness people come. It's not just YouTubers now. If you're a fitness TikToker or Instagram, that's the kind of next thing.
Mm.
It's already a thing. It's if you look overseas, it's a thing. It's just where Australia's 6 months behind.
If
in
you can
terms
look
of
overseas and do whatever they're doing first here, bro, you have a big you're ahead of the game. I might just quickly press read.
Yeah, no worries.
Going back to the COVID numbers thing, bro, you got a lot of notoriety off that. Like,
in a short time too. It was only
very
like a
quickly.
week. Because I'd say my socials was at maybe like 12K
Yeah.
on Instagram, and I was something like 80K beforehand on TikTok.
Far out.
Just organically, like through doing what I was doing, and
What
then
do they get up to?
in the peak of it, I probably got to around like 300 on TikTok,
Wow.
and pretty much where I'm at now on Instagram, which is around like 50K.
Yeah.
Um,
Not only the followers, but you're getting talked about at the press conferences. You had interviews like with on radio,
shows and
morning shows.
yeah.
How did that all come about?
A lot of people just reach out, through socials. Like a lot of producers from Channel 9, 10.
Who was the first?
Channel 10 was first.
Yep.
And then Today's Show kind of reached out, pulled out. It's all a game with those morning shows. All the producers kind of know each other. They're all just like trying to get on something as quick as possible. But radio is kind of the same. Someone will reach out.
When they reach out, is there any like conditions you can say this, you can't say this?
No, they just want to ask you these questions. They kind of pivot to where the conversation, where they want to take it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's their network. So,
Yeah.
I was just happy to be a part of it. It was just
More
like, it was a
exposure.
funny experience. Because I was balancing it with work. So I just tell work, I was like, guys, I'm just going to do the Today Show this morning. I'll jump on the meeting at 11 a.m. or, I
And
might
they
miss
were
that.
good with it.
No, like, you know what? Yeah, it's a once in a
You're gonna ride the
lifetime
wave.
thing. Just, go for it. So they were really accommodating, which was nice.
Is there anything surprise you when interacting with those types of companies or?
Oh, the only thing that surprised me was probably with the project, because it's I did the project on a Sunday, and they're very because it's pre-recorded, it's not live. Oh, it may not even be. Yeah, it was a Sunday, but they filmed it the night before
Do they give off?
or the day of, and so they pre-record it, and they'll ask you 10 questions from different people on the panel. You don't know which one's going to be used. So like Lisa Wilkinson asked me a question, or like Tommy Little would ask me a question, but whatever kind of suits
Then
how they, not narrative, but just how they want to frame it.
Oh yeah.
Or like maybe I went a bit, I pushed the envelope a bit with an answer. Probably they won't play that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like one of the questions they asked me was like, you've been predicting the numbers. Who are you going to predict? Be winning the Australian election next year. I go, I've crunched it. I've done a forecast with the numbers, and it's probably going to be ScoMo. It's not set in stone, but no one knows who the other bloke is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That Albanese. And they kind of laughed at it, but it's like
They didn't want it in.
doesn't suit their thing. Not that I
Oh.
think I don't really care about politics, but it was just
Yeah.
like a thing to say because you know the Labor guys usually got bad heads. No one really votes for him.
Yeah.
You know, like Shorten.
I have no idea of Australian politics. Or
Yeah,
even
it's a waste of time.
US is only what I see online. But were you able to leverage this wave, or monetize, or
Yeah, I mean, I did some sponsored stuff. With like Universal Music and
Yeah.
some local, like iJuice and a few others, and brands always reach out to do promotions and stuff. But yeah, I mean, early on because it was so new to me, I was kind of jumping at everything. Yeah. But now I'm more just looking at like, trying to remain authentic and not just jump at anything. I probably got to suit what I put out, or that's why more recently I've been doing more fitness stuff because I'm in the gym most days, and yeah, I think it's difficult to monetize, especially with what happened recently with like the protests and stuff going to that, because
which we get
brands will look at you, it might be a bit too edgy, a bit too controversial.
A lot of them are like real walking on thin ice. Like they don't want someone that kind of steps out of line, eh?
Yeah, well, which kind of makes sense because they're, yours, like a brand wants to maximize their reach or profits.
I guess so, yeah.
And
So
if you're going to employ someone that's a bit, controversial or makes edgy, not even controversial, just makes edgy stuff that not everyone will agree with, then you're kind of alienating an audience. So it kind of makes sense, but it's that's why I'd much prefer just doing and making what I enjoy doing and makes me laugh, as opposed to making stuff for a brand or not wanting to tippy-toe around things.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I make stupid videos. I make just comedy stuff.
Yeah.
So no one should really take it seriously. And if a brand that I like wants to work or reach out to do something, then I'll do it. But it's probably going to be harder for the next year after the backlash and everything that happened. So, but it's not even backlash. It was just there was a period there where everyone was off me. Now there's a protest every week.
Exactly.
And no one talks about it.
But we can get into that. You can say there's a protest for other things, and that's okay. But why did you go to the protest? Was it because you wanted to go to the protest, or was it just for fun?
Originally, I was there just doing interviews there, for the content stuff.
Yeah.
I had a mic, camera there. I was just interviewing people there. But I attended it. Like, I've had friends that, have been struggling with their mental health over that lockdown period.
And
like,
the
last 18
about.
months, it was a lockdown protest. And, I said, my old man runs a small business. They've been struggling the last 18 months. I know all the small businesses that have closed. So, I think I was well within
your means
to go down. I thought it made sense to just go, and there was a lot of people there. And
they're massive now.
They're getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, I know. I haven't been down to one recently, but yeah, I didn't realize going would cause such a big stir, and it was probably because I had grown so much in such a short amount of time, literally like a week. You had people in the comments go, "Oh, you should use your platform for something better." I just got a platform. I don't even like. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like you're the same person you were.
Yeah, no, but it's So, and people, he organised, he was a speaker there. It's like, no, I was just there. I was doing some interviews. They got to the end of where they wanted to protest, and someone hands me a microphone and says, say something. So I just did the numbers thing. I'm like, I've crunched the numbers. I'm predicting there's 50,000 people here. And then the next day, there's police at my house handing me a court date. It was like...
that was crazy to me. I saw the video.
Yeah.
Who took the video?
I had... my brother just filming just for me.
Okay, so it's your brother.
And then the police had like a camera.
Yeah.
That footage was sent out to the news.
Because I saw one of you walking with your boots or something.
Yeah, because I was just at the park.
And you turned the corner and they were waiting for you.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
yeah. I
Like,
don't
that's
know.
3 of them.
But I like that's still I just that's going to be they just keep pushing back the court date for that. So
So
I
it's something
mean,
that you've got to clear up still.
yeah.
Is that for everyone that?
No, it's not everyone that attended. I mean, I think everyone that had some sort of a social following got
Attended
that attended. Yeah, got served with something.
for attending.
But I think it was just kind of like a media drum up.
Yeah, trying to
And
prove a point.
yeah, so I don't regret going. I probably learn from it, like how to navigate through things, or when now people are looking at you. Because like I went to the races in Melbourne, or I went to the Randwick races when they first opened. When we got out of lockdown, there was a news.com article, TikTok guy causing a stir at the races. So probably got to be smarter with what I can and can't do. Like I got old videos of me jumping behind the bar and pouring a drink.
You can't put that up now.
I can't do that anymore because but I'll just be smarter about it.
I get the feeling that regardless of if you got 50k, 300k followers on from the COVID thing, you would have been at the protests anyways doing interviews.
No, that's exactly. I've got interviews. I never published them, or even just me. I was doing like a tour there.
Yeah.
It was more comedy stuff.
Because it's just what you do.
That's exactly right. If people had probably, like I said, a lot of people wouldn't have seen what I was doing beforehand, but I was there in more of a media journalist capacity.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe I'll put those videos out one day, just and clear it up. But I mean, it's been heard in court anyway, because I don't want to be paying a fine for something.
No one does. I actually got a fine, bro. I went to Costco.
Okay.
Right.
No mask?
I was in Cabramatta. Stupider. I was in Cabramatta, and Costco is about 15 minutes away, just behind Liverpool. So it's not my LGA technically.
Yeah.
You got 20 minutes. So I went to the bike store to fix my bike, and then I thought, fuck, I want to get something to eat. Walked to Costco, next door. Police at the front. Oh, we got to check your address to see if you're in the LGA. I'm like, oh, all right. Check my address. I did. I haven't heard back.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, no, you can be in the bike store, but you can't be here. I'm like, bro.
Jeez.
Anyways, $1,000 fine. I afford it. Haven't heard anything back yet. This is in lockdown.
Well, a lot of people that afford them, I think, haven't really. They either get delayed or they just keep pushing it back, and nothing really comes of it. Because I was mine with 3 charges. It was like no mask.
For this protest.
For that, which is a laughable one. Like that, no police officer came up to me and said, "Where's your mask?" No one asked if I got a medical exemption or anything like that. And then another one was being outside the LGA, and then the last one was inciting crime, which is like a proper serious criminal charge. But I mean, like I said, it's laughable, and I got a lawyer sorting it out, so it'll get thrown out. But I don't think there'll be media attention around it when it gets dropped.
No, doesn't suit the narrative. Like you said, you got backlash. I saw the comments. People were saying, so you caught COVID, sorry?
Yeah, I ended up getting COVID in September.
Yeah, which is a long time after the protest.
Yeah.
But just normal, you just caught it, just happened.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. Just like, it was like a really bad fever and bad flu. And I ended up copping it really bad. I ended up spending 2 days in the ICU. Hit my old man pretty hard too. But we've got our own medical conditions we don't really disclose, and
which you don't
how hard it kind of affected us. But a lot of people were having a go in the comments, like, oh, probably shouldn't. Like, it was a lockdown protest. It's not, I've never said COVID's not real.
Yeah.
You can acknowledge it's real. I had mates that have got it. They kind of shrugged it off really quickly. I think it was just bad luck because it kind of affected me kind of worse. I'm pretty healthy as well. Like, I train, I diet pretty well. So, yeah, just kind of unlucky, but I kind of spent a week in hospital.
Yeah.
And then kind of, back to 100%. So, yeah.
How'd you deal with the
Didn't
backlash?
become a statistic. The backlash was, I love backlash. I think it's hilarious. Me and my brothers will sit and read comments sometimes. So which one can we use for like a mean tweet?
Some of these comments were like, if you haven't seen his mean tweets video, it's on TikTok. Some of these are like, I hope you die, you flog, or your dad's sick. You're laughing now.
They're not. They're not real people. Like I tell you, I go out and no one says a bad word. people don't like confrontation in person, so it's easy to just rip into someone in the comments. I mean, it's probably fun to make a burner account and rip into someone you don't like. I kind of see where they're coming from, so let them play. I enjoy it. I mean,
so you give it and you can take it, which is a good thing.
If you're gonna be on the internet, like, you got to have thick skin.
Yeah.
To cop something. So I knew going in, like, not everyone's gonna like some of the stuff that I put out. So it's a big deal. You got to ignore that stuff.
That's good to hear. It's water off a duck's back. But so COVID's, I feel like, is kind of done. The COVID gig is done.
I hope so. I hope it's done.
But where to now for you?
I'm just gonna continue to make content online. Like, I think I enjoy doing that the most. Now it's a kind of niche thing to do, short form content. Everyone's adopting it. Reels, there's shorts on YouTube. Yeah. LinkedIn's even got a content creating mode. Yeah, like, so I think I enjoy the skill of it. I like editing. I like making people laugh. So if I can eventually make that a full-time job, that's probably the goal. Like I said, I want to try my hand overseas and look around there, especially while I'm young. Yeah, go to maybe the US, and just have some fun, and just see what comes of it. I'll continue to put out what I feel is funny or what I like doing. Like I said, some people might not like it, some people will. So, like some of the stuff recently, I've been doing a lot of the interview stuff.
Yeah.
With
the TikTokers.
Yeah, I'll interview anyone. Like, I interviewed that Mons guy the other day. He carried Sydney through lockdown on live. Not everyone loves him.
John Malacca. I've seen John Malacca when I was in like year 8. I saw his
Johnny Malacca. People love Johnny.
Where is he? What's he doing?
He just floats around. He floats around Reesby. He floats around Bankstown. I've got mates that know him and have seen him around. He's a legend.
He is a legend. That video has made me laugh about 100 times.
Just interviews with people like that. I like the interview aspect of it. And like you said, that Zach Galifianakis type, between two ferns type thing, I kind of want to do with anyone. Like, it can be music artists. I want to start interviewing, artists, anyone from like influencers to Veronica B's. Veronica B. I interviewed.
Have you got beef with Veronica B?
No. I mean, I interviewed that Sharp Bell, 96, and he had a bit of a jab at her, and I put it out, and it was all in good fun. I was just joking. I know Sharp Bell's not serious. He does a lot of comedy stuff too, or like very dry humor. And Veronica kind of took that the wrong way. We've spoken a bit in the past, just like on Instagram. I think she's one of the OG TikTokers in Sydney.
Is she? Yeah.
So anyone that kind of puts themselves out there, puts themselves online, I kind of respect.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I love her stuff. I don't watch her stuff regularly, but I would interview her. She's
Would you interview Abby Chatfield?
Yes, I'd interview Abby Chatfield. It'd make for some good entertainment. Yeah. So she wouldn't go for it. No, I don't
think so.
Her
loss.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
You have a message to you you've got some haters, people that like to get on your back, but you've also got some loyal fans. And they're always commenting. They love your stuff. They know you're just taking the piss. So to end it up, you have a message to those fans?
No, I just thanks for following along. I'm really enjoying it. I'll keep putting stuff out. Just stay tuned. There'll just be more and more stuff. I'm enjoying it, so I'll continue to do it.
All right,
watch this space.
I appreciate you coming on, bro. It's a pleasure to meet you. And
no worries. Thank you for having me.
Where can we find you? Jon-Bernard K?
Yeah, at Jon-Bernard K on everything. On Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, at Jon-Bernard K.
Get there.
Yeah.
All right. See you next time.
Legend.